to the racing sport.
Hello，多謝晒咁多位傳媒朋友同埋 RS457嘅總車主，今日過嚟呢個457嘅 RS457嘅發佈會。就由 RS4 1000開始，之後幾年之前咧，我哋就廠方咧就知道個市場嘅需求，亦都做咗個 RS660中量級嘅雙缸汽車，而呢架車亦都俾車迷受好大歡迎嘅呢架車。咁之後今年啊，我哋廠方亦都見到個市場嘅反應非常之好啦，咁所以都出咗呢架 RS457嘅入門級賽車。咁雖然佢係入門級，但係咧佢亦都已經係擺晒所有我哋 RS4 1000公升嘅 APRC 個電子科技落晒呢架車度嘅。而且呢架車亦都係同級之中係呢一架車私有鋁合金嘅車，咁所以咧喺呢個級數嘅車裏邊咧係非常之大嘅門檻嘅。咁咧而呢架車嘅所有性能咧，咁我哋而家就交流我哋同事嘅交流，睇下我講俾你聽，呢架車嘅性能有啲咩嘅 detail 上嚟。咁我哋今次咧，我哋好開心，就請到我哋嗰個車手阿媽，佢係一個 PSB 英國 Superbike 嘅車手啦。咁啊，佢係之前就跑過好多 Superbike 嘅賽事，同埋佢之前都係贏過 RS4 兼且佢喺五六年前已經係打破咗呢個珠海嘅紀錄嘅。個 track record 都係佢嘅打破嘅，所以佢係一個好專業嘅一個車手。咁另外咧，我哋請到 Chris 而家一個女車手啦，去揸呢架車。咁大家係咪都好想快啲睇呢段片咧？因為呢段片咧係我哋用好多時間之後製作呢段片啦。咁我都好多謝呢兩位車手啦，可以幫我哋拍呢條片啦。
So obviously this one is higher.
One of the really neat feature getting the multimedia function display, so you can connect your phone, you can have incoming calls, listen to the music, but importantly, you can look at all the old information from your past riding. I think Aprilia have done a really nice job as a blend to understand the challenges for entry-level riders. As a small sports bike, I know I'll be very happy to ride around the streets of Hong Kong. Yeah, looking forward to be able to have the opportunity to ride this bike again.
So my impressions of this bike, it was very relaxing, it was very agile, the ABS was quite good, that helped me to begin with.
絕對係一架對於女士啦或者遊客都係一架好嘅一架車。
好，唔該晒三位，我哋三位唔好離開住
可以咁俾傳媒朋友仔影下相先咯。
正啊！
咁準車主同埋傳媒朋友等陣亦都可以過嚟準備試一試坐呢架 RS457啦，同埋感受一下呢一架車嘅。
喂，好我哋兩碌嘢今日咧就嚟到土瓜灣。
唔好意思啊，我哋嘅節目咧個名係有啲尷尬，兩個碌啊，
兩碌嘢。好，我哋今日咧嚟到土瓜灣。
係啊，我介紹下我自己先，我係標頭耶，
我係 Pasu， 我身邊有靚女
Christy，hello，Christy
靚女啊！嗱，我講嘅
係咁啊，係靚女啦，你睇到鏡頭你咪話唔係啊嘛？
我哋呢個 channel 都冇得幾開女仔上嚟。
試過未啊？好似冇喎，係啊，本身呢度本身都冇㗎，你係間租人哋嚟啫嘛。
我頭先睇到條片啊，爭啲部啊，好玩啊，見佢問下佢啦。我哋呢部車叫咩名啊？
呢一部就係全新嘅 Aprilia RS457。457。
咁佢有咩特別啊？佢係457cc 係嘛？
係457cc，咁佢嘅設計咧就係 for 一啲入門級車手啦，主要都係。但係其實咧 even 落 track 嘅車手咧，即係我今次條片，另外一條片啦，同阿媽合作咗咧，咁就即係佢都話呢部車好好揸，所以其實係一啲專業嘅車手啦，或者入門級咧，都係可以駕馭到呢架車嘅。個 range 好大嘅呢架車。
我覺得就算咧，好似你咧，你就唔係新手嚟㗎，你係電單車老手嚟㗎。
唔係，入門級我比起阿媽，我入門級㗎。
哦，
係啊，
比較賽車手啊。
唔係，但係女仔嚟講咧，揸呢個400幾 cc 嘅啡零咧，我覺得啱嘅。再大揸1000嗰啲咧，就有少少，即係如果喺公路上可能會吃力一啲。你睇下依家兩隻腳4平8穩坐喺度。
我喐一喐先。
你喐佢啊？
係啊，即係俾大家睇到，即係雙腳都掂到地嘅。
我見你左右搖好輕咁樣喎。
係啦，因為呢架車咧用咗鋁合金嘅車架啦，所以咧比起傳統嘅金屬咧，佢會再更加輕，所以真係好輕呢架車，好易夾住。
咧就百幾 K，實際嘅數字你啊大家揾翻打翻出嚟啊！
好啊，
百幾 K，好貴嘅。
放下。
你嗰陣時仲話我咁樣夾起架車好危險啊，唔想收褲，而家真係可以夾得到啊！
呢個係好輕鬆添啦。你平時咧揸開咩電單車㗎？可唔可以㗎？
我平時如果棍波車，我有揸 R3同埋 Scrambler 嘅。
哇！你都係好激進嘅，你個樣咁斯文，我以為你揸綿羊添。
都有綿羊都有，係啦。
綿羊揸咩綿羊啊？
綿羊揸 Vespa。
Vespa 都係 Motocross 嘅其中一個代理嘅品牌。
係啦。
係咪嗰啲咩綠色嗰啲啊？
白色。
哦，你係白色。佢綠色嗰啲有個車會㗎嘛？
博好綠。
係啊。
佢自己一個白色行單飛嘅。
白雪公主啊嘛。
白雪公主啊，威啊！咁我又想問下啦，R3啊，你揸咗 R3好多年㗎啦，係嘛？之前
2年啦，大約2年啦。
都叫好熟啦，係咪？咁如果你 R3呢一架去比較，你會有啲咩方面？
因為呢一架咧，佢有3個模可以校，所以玩嘅嘢會多咗啦。同埋如果以佢呢個 CC 嚟計咧，457cc 啦，咁就唔會係好重啦。咁高度就其實都差唔多，不過呢一架係因為改個 seat 坐墊矮咗，所以先矮啲嘅。係啦。咁
同你揸開嗰部比較咧，個坐墊咧
差唔多。嗰部就唔使改，呢部就改咗坐墊就差唔多，都係。
嗰部就300。
係啦，嗰部300。但係重量就差唔多，所以呢部真係好輕。因為佢都多百幾 cc， 同埋佢有3個模可以玩，咁所以你
係咯，覺得零舍好玩。
係啦，多嘢。
想玩都想撳下佢。
係啊，
梗係有得撳啊嘛，有得選擇你就自。
人哋啲車冇得撳，我有得撳，我梗係撳嚟玩下先啦。你嗰日撳過啦，係咪？
撳過。
你撳咗落雨模，佢有個 Eco 即係平時嘅模啦，係咪？
係啦，
算係。
跟住就有個 Sport。
係啦。
3個試晒。
3個都試晒。
有咩
嗰日咁啱喺呢度一出去嘅時候拍嘢咧，就開始落雨，真係。但係你校咗個模咧，你就會 feel 到即係好穩定、好 stable，唔會話 會有線嘅狀態
係你一
啦。
俾油，跟住架車咁先去，就唔係啊，原來咁樣。
係第一個，係啦。但係如果你講第二個嗰個咁樣嗰個咧，就係教咗 sport mode 就係啦，激進啲嘅，即係一起步啊
feel 到啊
，feel 到
係咩啊？
好啊，佢油門好敏感，所以你會一俾油就好 feel 到。
哦，咁其實啱啱攞車揸住落雨毛先穩陣啲喎，認真㗎。
聽啲老手係會咁樣講喎，係揸啲落雨毛咁啊，令到架車咧
腍啲咯，
係啦，
啲咯，因為你入彎啊嗰啲蹬一蹬有陣時都會咩咁。
咁啊係啦，你睇下嗰個究竟係一個新手嚟啦，定還是係一個電單車老手啊？好多老手嘅話，我諗佢好正常，好合理地話可以揸到啲波波啊。其實咧，佢呢個咧457cc 嘅車咧，話快就一定唔會係高升級嗰啲。
哇，好勁啊！佢極速190幾啊都大佬。
但係你要揸到佢好快，佢都俾到你喎。呢樣嘢就係佢正嘅地方。
都話佢識㗎啦。
油車可唔通去吐露港遊咩？有陣時喺啲山路度400幾真係夠晒做㗎。最主要係玩嗰個感覺、操控嘅感覺。咁呢架車本身Aprilia咧係一個賽車嘅血統嚟㗎嘛。咁你變咗用佢呢一種車架嘅科技配400幾 cc 好好玩嘅。
佢仲有好多而家有機會，我哋遲下可以揸出嚟。佢仲有配備咗好多電子嘅系統喺度嘅。
有個traction control 啦，跟住仲有咩？
佢個 mon 係 TFT 嘅
彩 mon 咯，同埋係啦，
彩 mon 啦。咁跟住咧我頭先聽個代理 Gary 講咧，佢仲話仲有啲學術嘢可以講嘅，包括頭先 Christy 講嘅啦，有 London 啦，有高分先，咁啊有高底先都有嘅。
底先最腍啲嘅先。
係啦，跟住咧仲有個香港
Winch 有啊，有可以自己揀，係啊。
揀咩啊？揀顏色啊？
唔係，一個係高，係嗰個高啲㗎，係啦。
哦，咁你可以伏住咁樣。
係啦。
係有個 quick shift 啦，又可以啊。
係啊，有 quick shift。
哇，未玩過呢個。
我都未玩。
使唔使試下玩？佢都唔使練頸子，係咁轉波喎，可以。
不如同我哋啲觀眾介紹下，而家呢架車幾錢啊？
超抵買。
我記得6萬三千幾蚊咋。
係啦，頭先聽 Gary 講咧就係63,800。
係咯。
咁咧，但係咧就只限今年交型嘅車嚟㗎。因為下年係啦，25年咧都會再出翻呢個。
唔係啊，我聽講咧係唔係今年呢 Mercury 12月嚟買啊，係今年交車鋪牌完咗就冇㗎啦。
哦，係啊。
你冇諗住11月、12月先嚟啦，唔好啦，你係啊。
而家都唔係我整多。
而家剩翻好似剩翻少啦，咁啊如果有興趣，快啲嚟。
下年如果買翻同一款車25年一模一樣嘅，下年嚟買嘅話咧就成為
3幾千蚊咯，你攞啲錢嚟搞其他。
其實真係抵嘅，你講緊你要去到500cc 級嘅賽車嘅話咧，你6萬幾蚊，好抵。唔好講其他人哋咩牌子啊，總之其他牌子難買啦，好難可以買到部新車。
係。
好，30秒你講下呢架車，你自己揸完成個感受。
我自己揸完，咁作為都係女車手啦，咁因為我唔係特別高，160cm，咁所以咧，佢好就好在架車夠輕，同埋夠可以較即係個坐墊可以換啦，咁所以隻腳掂到地咧，呢樣嘢對於女仔同埋新手嚟講係一個好重大嘅因素，係啦，安全感。女人要安全感，
女仔嘅
係啦，
梗係啦。
靚女特別需要啊！
我都好想要啊！
係咩？我俾啲你，好。
係啦，咁所以再加上佢呢個價錢，再加佢嘅 spec 啊，所有嘢啦，係一架好值得買嘅一架車嚟嘅。
講得好好啊！最緊要係
再簡單啲講啦，佢頭先 Chris 就提到啦，呢部車其實好適合一啲身高唔太高嘅女仔，中意揸飛型嘅。係。總之，只要你有160cm，你就絕對可以兩腳落地，因為 Chris 自己做得到。
我咧。
應該得喎，可能1.5幾都得，因為我
嘅話係啦，
係啦，
可能1.5幾都
佢輕啊，同埋油缸唔
我個人咧就貪步虛榮啲嘅，咁我覺得呢個價錢買到部歐洲車咧，咁我就
係啊，邊諗到啊？
係咯，歐洲啊，梗係咩啦，
係咯，
唔係話性唔性能嗰啲另計啦，揸出嚟係嘛？
個虛榮感，
個人都當堂升咗上嚟啊，係嘛？真係好，多謝晒大家。
好啦
，thank you你，
唔使客氣，拜拜。鋁合金車架、倒立前叉、彩色熒幕。彩色熒幕循跡系統。今日好開心可以邀請到呢一位職業級嘅車手去教我揸呢部 Aprilia RS457嘅入門級跑車啊！佢就係阿 Mark 啦。
Sitting on this motorcycle gives me fond memories of when I was racing in the British Championship on Aprilia RSV4. So the evolution of racing gives it this pedigree of this bike. The technology would make it a really nice bike as well. So Chrissy, what do you think the most after riding the entry-level bikes? What's the most important part?
For me, of course, it's how it's low. You can see, but most important, I think, is when I ride on the bike, my both feet can touch the ground. It can make me feel confident when I ride the bike, and it won't make me feel pressure.
So Chrissy, what is your overall impression of the new Aprilia 457?
So at first I thought the bike is 457cc. I thought it's gonna be heavy, but after I tried, well, it's actually quite light, so I can easily handle the bike.
What I saw, it was very easy for you to learn the bike.
Yes.
I noticed almost immediately it looked like you were a little bit comfortable, which is nice for a beginner rider. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
how about you? What do you think about the
Yeah,
bike?
it's very compact. It feels nice in my hands when I ride. It allows me to have much more control and maneuverability on the bike. And I found the power delivery to be really good too, very smooth, very accurate. And the electronic drive-by-wire was working really well for me. But I particularly like the quick shifter. The gearbox is really, really nice.
And also it's my first time to try the quick shifter.
Your first time?
Yes.
Oh.
So I think it's a new experience for me.
Yeah.
So when accelerating, I just kept the throttle open. I simply tap on the quick shifter and then it's just allowed to upshift.
It's like being on the race motorcycle. But also, importantly, this bike standard is the slipper clutch. So when you go down the gear, it's much easier. It doesn't lock up the rear wheel. So I think this can help the entry rider.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's more stable.
Yeah, absolutely, more stable. For me, this is something that I'm used to racing with this type of technology, so I think that was helping you. Normally they are a tubular steel frame, but with the aluminium frame it comes with a pivotless design. So the aluminium frame with the swing arm makes the bike a lot lighter, it's more rigid, and it helps you ride the motorcycle through the turns with more stability. So I think it did, right?
Yes.
So you have a nice aluminium frame, it comes with an adjustable front fork, but importantly you can actually adjust the preload. The same as well for the rear shock. You can try some various settings. It changes how much load is set on the spring based on your weight and based on your skill level. But it enables it to suit your body weight, which can make you more comfortable, more stable. You can play around, maneuver.
So I can feel it, it's really light.
Yeah. This bike is 159 kilos, which is a very, very light. So that's what makes it nice and light and easy to ride when you're turning the bike through the corners of Hong Kong.
So even though it's a sport bike, but the handlebar is more wider, so I think it's easy to handle and easy to turn for me to drive in Hong Kong.
With a little bit wider handlebar, I think going through the mountains, the twisty road, yeah, to be a bit more relaxed.
Mark, just now you said this bike has 47 horsepower. How can I handle this?
This bike, and it reaches a top speed of 195 kilometers. It's quite fast.
Yes.
For the throttle and for the power, there is 3 modes. You can change from the full performance mode of sport to eco or rain, and that will let you control the power. I would always suggest slower setting first. So use the rain setting and you build your way up.
Yeah.
And then you can always switch to the eco mode, which gives you more power, and your full performance mode for sport. Also, so ATC, Aprilia traction control, when you open the throttle, it can reduce the spinning of the tyre and the sliding of the tyre by using the traction control. And then also, when you're shifting down, the slipper clutch helps you to then not have to worry about any anti-locking effect of the rear wheel. So as long as it's a performance and it's also a safety feature as well. Yeah. For me, this bike is also really nice because I like the clutch to be really light. So it's not heavy on my finger, but also I can control it easy in some situation.
So Mark, I've noticed that the brake system is bigger than my bike.
Yeah, so most of these bikes in the small sports bike range are only 2-pot. Also, you have a bigger disc, so it's the same as the very big sports bike. It helps it stop faster, but it also helps heat disperse better when you're braking, so more consistent braking. So as a feature on this motorcycle, there is ABS fitted on the front and ABS fitted on the back.
How come some riders said ABS is not useful?
Well, ABS I think is actually quite handy. It's quite a useful, especially for beginner riders, especially on the street when it's a little bit wet, a little bit damp. So that can help you reduce the locking effect of the front wheel or the rear wheel. Firstly, you may have noticed there's some difference in these motorcycles because there are some additional options on. So you've noticed the bike that I've rode has a higher windshield.
What is the benefit of using the higher windshield?
And you don't have to lean down so far. You can be a little bit more sporty and have the coverage and the wind flow and not disturbing any turbulence when you're riding, especially around the helmet. So it's more stable. Also, we have a single seat option. So it's a much more sleek design. Now that lets you take away the passenger seat as an additional option, and you don't need to carry the passenger. Aprilia have made an optional seat design. With the lower seat, no problem for you to put the feet on the ground.
Yes.
But now we go back to the standard seat and you can feel the difference.
So obviously this one is higher.
One other really neat feature, LED multimedia function display. So you can connect your phone, you can have incoming calls, listen to the music, but importantly, you can look at all the old information from your past riding. I think Aprilia have done a really nice job as a blend to understand the challenges for entry-level riders. As a small sports bike, I know I'll be very happy to ride around the streets of Hong Kong. Yeah, looking forward to be able to have the opportunity to ride this bike again.